This is a beach that I built over 3 months ago, and it is completely custom and I think looks incredible. And this is an area that has no beach and is literally floating in the water, which is not good at all. It looks horrible, especially when on the other side we have this absolutely glorious beach. So today we are going to fix that. Now this beach was the very first beach that I've ever built, and I haven't ever built one since. So my plan for today is to create a beach even better than the one we did previously, using all of the new skills we've learned since then. The very first thing that I want to do is kind of sketch out how I want the coastline to be, and to do that I'm going to use a bunch of cobblestone. Thankfully I have pretty much unlimited cobblestone, so creating this is going to be extremely easy. Now considering where the bottom of the kind of new seafloor we created over here is, we need to make sure it's going to line up here well. As we kind of move out this way, we're going to have much more free reign because there's a lot more space between. But over here, we're going to have to be very kind of careful with how wide we make this. I think we should probably start about here. And actually, let me go just below the water. This line I'm creating now, it doesn't have to be final. I can change it in the future, but I'm just trying to get a rough guide or estimate for how wide we want this beach. So of course, we started to come in slightly, but now we're going to be heading outways just to make the beach a little bit wider as we kind of move over to this area. So as you can see, this beach is starting to get very wide as we move over here. That's because I have a plan to create this kind of very large sticky outy bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bro's just standing there. I think he got stuck on the cobblestone. That's crazy. Get out of here, mate. But I plan to make some kind of sticky outy bit, which is going to have some kind of port and like docking area so people can very easily access this kind of side over here. Because, I mean, the port is way over there, and traveling all the way over here would be very difficult. So having access via boats, I feel like that's going to be very important. So looking at this kind of cobblestone template I've got now, you can very clearly see kind of the shape of the coast that I'm wanting to build here. Now the exact shape I'm literally creating as we go. Oh no, we got a trident. That's not good. That is not good. Hold on a second, buddy. Bro, they do so much damage. I'm not ready to fight that guy in the water. Thankfully, I do have a bow and some arrows. So now I should be able to take this guy out easily. Okay, he's disappeared. Did he just disappear because I got out of render distance? That's crazy. I didn't know it was that easy. I'm going to keep the bow on me just in case because I don't really want to die. I feel like that would kind of suck, especially with everything we've built. But I feel like this is a little bit too far. So what I'm going to do, going to dig out this line. Instead of coming outways, we're going to head in from here. Kind of like that, and then it should kick back out again. Or have I gone a little bit too far? Let's go back one, and let's go from here. All right. That is plenty of space. I don't think we need much more than that right now. So what I'm going to do is see if I have any storage in my shulkers over here. Okay, I do. I can dump the cobblestone and then head back to my base where I'm going to see how much sand I have, which actually I don't know how much I have at all. This is going to determine what we are doing next, I guess. And we have... oh, we've got plenty. Look at that. I'll take all of that, mate. Oh, we can already see the coast there. Man, getting this sand in is going to change this so drastically already without really having to do much. Literally just an outline. Now I just have to fill the sand in on top of this cobblestone, and then we're going to very clearly be able to see exactly where this outline is and how it looks. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be building up some kind of like dirt area over here. Oh my days. Anyway, I'm going to be building up some kind of dirt area here. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look just yet, but I know there's still going to be some sand. So I'm going to fill this out anyway, just for now. And when we kind of get to that part, I can always just remove the sand anyway. That's not going to be a huge issue. And that is the outline that we have for this kind of coast over here. Definitely a little bit more unique than what we had over there. Over here, it was very kind of simple, just mimicking exactly what we had with the stone behind it. So over here, we have a little bit more creative kind of freedom. But now we know where the coast is. Now I need to figure out where that stone is going to be. The rear stone wall. So using cobblestone once again, I'm going to do something kind of similar. Just marking out exactly where I want this stone wall to be. So obviously we have that. It's kind of very similar to where the train line's kind of heading. But over here, I want this to kick out a little bit, and you'll see exactly why in a second. Maybe a little bit shorter actually, to be honest. We'll have it kick out here and then head back in a little bit till we get pretty much to the edge here. So roughly about there. So why are we making such a strange shape over here? My idea is to have some kind of path heading underneath the train track and then up to an area over here. which is going to be kind of a similar height to over there. But to do that, I need to create a bridge heading between that and I guess the other section over there. The design for the bridge is going to be the same bridge that I used over here, which has a 5 block gap in between each of these supports. So I need to go grab some jungle logs. And honestly, while I'm here, I need to make some more fireworks too. I've been using them like crazy, man. Do I have gunpowder though? That's a good question. Oh, I do. Very nice. But jungle logs, there we go. And I guess I'll make fireworks straight away. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you. And we'll head back. Man, you can already see how different this is going to look just by those 2 outlines there. That is crazy, man. Okay, so just for now, I'm going to find the middle of this train track, which is right here. And I'm going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put a log and do that 3 more times, just like this. So then we have these logs like that. And I guess I'll trim them down now. And then over here, we're going to have another kind of sticky outy bit for the mountain. So then we have something that looks like that. Looks a little bit strange right now, but it's going to look a lot better once we actually fill it in. And it's just a rough guide for now, so I can kind of imagine how this area is going to look when it's done. But now that I have the 2 kind of lines figured out, all I have to do is go through and add a huge underlay of cobblestone so I can add in the sand. Now for now, I'm only going to add the sand up to kind of this point here roughly, because I know for sure this is all going to be sand. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some kind of dirt in here. We still need to figure that out though. But for now, I guess let's go through, add in all of the cobblestone and all of the sand. If we have enough sand, I don't think we're going to have enough, but we'll see. We might. So pretty much just going to do this, add in the sand, and then we're going to have a beach already on my days. Let's go. And now we've actually got a beach, and honestly, this looks so much better and we've barely done anything. So the next thing that I actually want to do is build up these walls, because right now it is a little bit awkward to kind of see how this is going to play out and I guess look when it's all done. So I've got a almost full shulker of stone ready to go, and I'm going to raise the cobblestone up to this level here, I guess the new level of the ground, just so I can easily add in all of this stone and then pretty much just build up a stone wall, I guess as far as I can go. Now I don't want to be spending a huge amount of time on building up this wall, so I'm going to be building it kind of lazily at the start. So I'm not really trying to focus on making it look good right now. I'm just trying to get the wall kind of laid in, and then once the wall is laid in, it's going to be a lot easier to kind of shape it. So as you can see, it doesn't look very fantastic, but it is a nice easy way to kind of build a wall very quickly, especially when you've got kind of nothing to work off. We're building this literally on top of water, so I do find this to be a pretty easy way to kind of get a wall going. The only downside of building this one, it uses so much more stone. Oh my days, oh my goodness gracious. Don't worry, I got a bed that I can sleep in for a quick second. Don't worry, we don't skip the nights. All I do is lay in bed just for a quick second, boom boom, just like that. So these cheeky fellas stop spawning. I also completely ran out of food, so I went up to my cow farm and collected a couple Big Macs from the Big Mac factory, and now we're bloody good, mate. We got a whole stack, and I think I got 2 stacks, so there's another stack kind of smelting. So next time I need it, it's gonna be easy to get. Oh my days, that's just super inconvenient, isn't it? Look at all these mobs, mate. This is ridiculous. Get out of here, bro. But like I was saying, obviously building the walls this way, the downside is the fact that you use so much more stone, because you're obviously placing a bunch of... Oh my days. No. Dude, this is ridiculous. Why is there so many mobs? Oh, and a baby zombie? What is this? This is absolutely not fun, mate. I'm not happy with this at all. I'm trying to build a beach. These guys are just trying to ruin my day. What's going on, mate? I mean, look at all those mobs. What on earth is going on right now? This is not a place I want to be spending my days on the beach. Not the kind of beach I want to go to, mate. Dude, there's so many mobs. Dodging arrows like the Matrix, bruh. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Ah. Dude, the thing that sucks is I don't actually have enough sand to be replacing all this sand right now. I am 100% going to have to go to the desert and harvest a bunch of it. And unfortunately, I don't really have a choice in the matter. But like I was saying with this wall, is I kind of just get a rough kind of shape going. I make sure it's all good, and then I add in some extra blocks like this. It uses so much more stone, like a whole lot more. but it is so much easier to kind of do. Oh my days, we got skeletons everywhere where they can shoot each other. Yes. Oh my days. I didn't even have to kill any of them. They did the work for me. That was fantastic. But yeah, I forgot what I was even saying. So guess I'm just going to keep building this wall. Obviously, I do the bottom bit and then I start moving up to the top and start adding some of these bits in so it sticks out a little bit, kind of like that. And that gives us the shape we want. But of course, like I said, it uses like a huge amount more stone. So if you haven't got silk touch or you don't really want to be wasting the stone like this, this is certainly not the way to do it. But I have more stone than I know what to do with. So for me, I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to do it this way. And boom. Oh, there's creepers everywhere again. Dude, this is a joke. Not even a funny one either. Oh, and a baby zombie villager. Dude. And this Enderman's taking me sand. Bro. The worst thing in my world is 100% Enderman moving all my things around. Like I do all this terraforming and the Enderman just ruin it every time. And this is why I don't even need a creeper farm. Because obviously we can't skip the nights in this world. That's one of the rules that I've made. And it kind of forces me to naturally get enough gunpowder. I get so much. And as annoying as it is, I guess it kind of helps out a little bit. But these walls are looking a whole lot better. They just need a little bit more. I need to get some happy ghasts. Because I updated the world now, I can actually get them. That would be so good for building. Maybe that's going to be one of the things we build very close in the future. You guys are going to have to wait and find out. But now we have this kind of wall built up a little bit. And it does look, it's not perfect, but it is a lot better than what it was. Now, I think I'm going to build this wall up a little bit and same with this one, just so I can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be working with. I'm not going to detail this one just yet. Just going to build up a flat wall. I feel like that's, oh my days, that did nothing for us. Pretty sure that's just going to be the easiest way to kind of get a feel for how it's going to be looking. And it'll be easy to just add the extra details in once we actually want to detail this wall. Kind of like we did with that wall over there. But this will at least give us a bit of an outline for the path that we're going to be building. With the train line heading right over it, I think it's going to look so sick. So just one more block and these two sides will be the same height. So I know it's obviously not much right now, but you can kind of see where I'm going with this. This is going to be a path with a bridge over the top. You'll be able to walk under it and up to this level up here and then kind of walk down towards this beach area. So now that we have this back wall done or kind of shaped up a little bit better, we have these two kind of template walls here. I can now kind of try and figure out some kind of shape for this area that we're going to be building, and I'm going to do that out of dirt. So we'll see what we can come up with. Let's get started. And ladies and gentlemen, this area is looking a lot better now that we've got all of these things in. Mostly just kind of one half beach and whatever that is. That's not really a beach, but it is the start of one. And we have that massive green area, which is currently being completely occupied by mobs. And as you can see, I changed the kind of support beams here. There was only 3 originally, but I felt it was a little bit weird. I wanted the middle bit to be open, so I moved them over slightly and added an extra one in. And that seems to have worked pretty well. Obviously, I still need to do all the other details and add in all the extra details to the sides where the mountains are. But honestly, the most important part next is of course filling in the extra sand that goes deeper into the water, because it is still just floating. If we swim underneath, you can see there's nothing. So that needs to be fixed right away. So I have a tremendous amount of cobblestone, so obviously the best thing for me to do is fill it all in with cobblestone and plan it out, and then I need to head to the desert, harvest up a ton of sand, and then fill that in with sand. And hopefully that's going to make this look so much better, because it'll connect to this side as well. So the overall aesthetic of the entire kind of area is going to be lifted once that's in. And then once all of that sand is in there, we can really start to plan that entire area. I have some really cool ideas for what I want to add in there, but before I can do anything, I need kind of like a ocean floor to work off of. So it is definitely important that gets done on the ASAP. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and do that right now. And after so many days, this is now what we have to work with. I was looking at my stats and it took over 25,000 blocks to complete this entire area. My hand is absolutely ruined, I'm not even joking. But that doesn't matter because we have to work on the next area, which is the kind of pier that I want to create. Now, before we can work on the pier, I do need to quickly add a little bit of kind of detail into these walls because they're very flat. So I'm essentially just going to be doing the same thing that I did over there, and it'll just help make this kind of area look a little less boring. My idea for this entire kind of grass area here is to have like an area where families can come and kind of relax by the beach, grab some food or, you know, some market areas, but there's also going to be that pier. So it's going to be a place where ships can come or maybe tourists and they can drop things off, and kind of like a mixed market area, but also for like a recreational market. Now that the stone is kind of fixed up, it's time to go and grab some more resources to work on that pier. Now I am going to keep some of this stone on me because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it, as well as the bones. Everything else can go away, and I'm going to need a bunch of oak logs and some spruce logs as well. Now, unfortunately, I don't have too many, so we're going to have to rummage through our chest and see what I can find. Anything spruce related, that is going to help out a lot. And it seems like we do actually have quite a lot of spruce stuff in here. I'm also going to pick a couple things which I think might help kind of decorate the area. So I'm kind of grabbing whatever I can find because we do have a bunch of just random stuff in here that I probably should be using rather than just always creating new stuff like I usually do. And I have just a bunch of random stuff now, which I'm pretty happy with. I can definitely get this thing started. Now there is one more thing that I do want to grab. I want to grab some mud, more specifically packed mud. And the last time we used that was in this build. So I think we still have a bunch of it over here. Ooh, we don't actually have as much as I thought. That is not good, mate. Not good at all. I think I might be needing to go to the mangrove swamp. Let's just double check over here first. Yep, it seems like we have none left. That kind of sucks. It's already day 721 and we haven't really got a huge amount of stuff to show for it. I mean, we have a brand new beach, but it's kind of ugly. Right now, it's just extremely boring, and honestly, it probably looked a little bit better before. But let's try and fix that. So I want to make this a very wide dock. Usually I make it 3 blocks wide. I want to try 5. So we're going to go like that. Oh, that is not in the middle at all, mate. Come on there, Jozzy. What's going on? All right, that's better. And we're going to have these come out 5 blocks as well. So 5 blocks between each pillar. Should we go that far or one more? I think one more. That is pretty good to me. Okay, so this is how far this pier is going to be, and it's going to be this tall. So pretty much. Whoa, that is a lot of mob. Oh my days. Okay, I gots to go, mate. No way am I going to be fighting that. That is not a good idea. Let's see if I can land over here. Oh yeah. So I guess I'm just going to build this pier out from this side. I don't want to be fighting any scary monsters right now. I've never built a pier this wide, so I have no idea if it's even going to look good. I'm really hoping it is. For this kind of... Whoa, dude. That is not cool, mate. You know what? I need to grab more of my steak anyway, so let's head over here and fingers crossed we have an entire stack ready for us. Not quite. Okay, 39 will do for now though. But quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of fighting these mobs every night, so I'm gonna grab some torches, light up that area. Not only because it's annoying, but also because one small or wrong move can very quickly spell out the end of this world for us, because obviously, we don't use totems, so no second chances. So I'm just going to run through, collect the bones of course, but try and light up the area a bit better. Dude, there's so many creepers. I don't know if you could see it in the time lapses, but I had so many creepers kind of explode and destroy everything. It's been extremely painful. Dude, that skeleton is strong, man. Oh my days. Die, man. This is already so much better. There's no mobs here anymore. Oh my days. This is what I'm talking about. Also, I think I might have made this area a little bit too big. I have no idea how on earth I'm going to be able to fill this in with something, but we'll figure it out. But let's go ahead and finish these pillars and get them up to the right height. Oh my days, not these guys. Come on, man. They're just so annoying for no reason. Yeah, I can fly too, buddy. Oh, I missed him. Oh my days, we got an air fight going on. Alright, anyway, as I was trying to do, let's go ahead and finish these pillars. Okay, now, if I grab some of these bad boys, oh, we got a ton of spruce slabs, that's amazing. And I just kind of fill out kind of like a walking area through here. Now, obviously, this is a very tall, wide and long pier, but I also want something going underneath, and I have no idea if this is actually going to work, but let's go on this block. I know it's probably going to be pretty tight, but I want to try something new. Something I haven't really done before. No, that's too far. Hold on a second. Right here. So there's 6 blocks. We'll go another 6. And this side will wrap around pretty much to where that sand is, and then go under this pier and wrap around to the other side as well. But I'm not done. I think the best way to get up will be through here. So if I can sneak up here and see, have I got any stairs? I do. Oh my days. Bloody beautiful, mate. I'm going to chuck these bad boys in here and then boom. Have a look at that. So we can obviously, well, not right now, but we'll be able to walk underneath the pier, wrap around to the other side. There'll be stairs over on this side too. Let me just put these bad boys in the, oh my days. This is not good. Goodness gracious me. So this is kind of the design we're going to have, and I think this is going to be really cool and unique. It's not something I've ever tried to build kind of in this style before, and I don't think I've seen anyone build like a dock area going under a pier. I think that's so cool, just being able to walk underneath and then walk around to walk on top. I don't know, there's something about that. I just kind of had that idea in my mind, and I thought it would be really cool. But once these in, is it still viable? It's cozy. It's definitely cozy. Now, let's try and fix this up a bit. If we go like this, bada bing, bada boom, then shape that up a little bit. Look, it's not the best, but I think it looks okay. Maybe if I get like signs in here, maybe some dark oak signs, that could look good, but we'll see. We'll figure that out later. And one thing I want to use is obviously the gates, because if I try and place this here, it's not going to connect, but gates do, for whatever reason that is. So I just got to get myself some spruce fence gates, but I can still use the fences down here. I might put on some oak trapdoors up here too, like that. You see this lower pier I have built before. If you watched my 100 days on a lake, this is a design I came up with there and I really liked it. So I thought I could implement it in here and then add in a big massive pier as well. I thought that would be really cool. And honestly, I think it's turned out pretty nice. But I think I'm going to try and, get this place a little bit better, because right now there is a whole lot of work to do. And honestly, I don't even know how many days it's going to take. Hopefully not too many, because this is already shaping up to be a very big project, a lot bigger than I kind of initially expected. So using these designs that I've showed you here, I'm going to go to town, just kind of finishing this off, and already I think it's looking a little bit better. It's making this look a little less weird, because obviously I think this is really weird right now with the grass in the middle of this kind of 2 separate beaches. But I think these pier and these docks are really going to bring this whole thing together. Then I'm going to make my way over to the mangrove swamp biome to collect a bunch of mud and turn that into packed mud to kind of use as the foundation of the road out here. And once that's done, we can kind of really start to see how this entire area is going to be looking. Now, I have no idea how long it's going to take me. It's probably going to take a long time. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a big kind of thing to do. So I'm going to provide you guys with an epic time lapse, which hopefully looks good. So I'll see you guys when all of that is done. Well, we've got a 1v1 going on between the llamas. Oh my days. Old mate's not really selling anything important though. So I've never seen this happen before. This is crazy. I wonder who's going to win. My money's on this guy. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Oh, we've got some company. Come on, mate. Get out of here, brother. Get crack-a-lackin', mate. As you can see, I've done quite a lot of work over here, and I'm pretty happy with how this whole thing is kind of coming together. I was a little bit nervous because the area was so big, but these 2 gardens here have really broken up the space nicely. I'm very happy with how it's kind of shaped it up. Of course, I'm going to make this garden look a little bit better. I just planted a bunch of bone meal for now, just so it looks at least kind of half done, I guess. But if we take a look at the area from above, dude, this is coming together really nicely. I just added a ton of random stuff around the edge to kind of give a little bit more life to the port, and I think it looks okay. Does it make a ton of sense? Probably not, but I don't mind. I think it looks nice. And I also added a bunch of stuff to the kind of pier area, and I think this looks really nice too. Eventually, I would love to go ahead and add in like some kind of massive boats over here. I think that would be really cool, but that's something I think I might have to design in creative first, and then rebuild it in here because I have no idea how to build a boat, especially a big one. But the next thing I need to do is fill in this kind of grass area. And my idea to do that is to add a bunch of market stalls. Now, as you can see, both of my shovels are pretty much completely gone. I went to the mangrove swamp and harvested up a bunch of mud, and yeah, my shovels are completely just ruined. But in order to do the market stalls, I'm gonna need some wool, and in order to get wool, I'm gonna need some shears. So let's go and find some iron in our base. Oh, we have some white wool already. Oh, we've got a bunch of different wool. Oh my days, I honestly had no idea about that. I desperately need a new storage system. I mean, this storage system is good, but it just isn't going to cut it. I think we might be able to last with this until day 1000, but honestly, I really need like a complete auto sorter because our output chests have so much random stuff in it, and the auto storage system is only for a handful of blocks, so I don't think it's going to work out for me. It's something I desperately need to get on top of, but I'm going to grab some wheat so I can breed the sheep because I still haven't fully bred all the sheep, and I've been using a lot more wool recently, and we just don't have enough sheep to be able to get it effectively. So each time I do visit my sheep pen, I make sure just to breed up these sheep a little bit more. You can tell which colors I use the most: red, white, magenta, and a light blue, because they have the most amount of sheep in them. I'm going to start with these cheeky fellas over here because the white wool is used pretty much with everything. So I feel like this is definitely the most important to kind of get a bunch of, and it pretty much used up all of my wheat. Oh my days. I should probably be fixing my shovel while I'm doing this. I think I'm definitely going to be needing the durability. And there we go, just over 2 stacks of white wool. Now I'll come over to the light blue because these guys are going to be the main color of our kingdom. If you watched the market video, that's where we figured that part out. And we're already out of wool. Oh my days. And almost 3 stacks of light blue wool. Oh my days, that's so many. Now I'm going to hit up the red wool. We got a stack and a half. Let's go with magenta. And I think like a lime green would be nice as well. You know what? I'm going to get one more color. I'm going to get yellow. We'll go yellow. Yellow will be good. A nice bright color. All right, thank you, sheep. I'm getting out of here. See you next dawn. And now we have a ton of different wool. So I think I should be able to create a nice kind of area in here. I got a bunch of stick from the bamboo. From now on, I only use bamboo to create stick. That's going to save us a ton of log, but I still need to use the regular oak for the fences, but that's okay because we save on the stick. But I'm going to create this little design. So we're going to go 3 high with the fences, then wool kind of like this, then the colored wool, and then another white wool. So this will be like a diagonal looking kind of one. Nope, we'll put the wool on the front. My bad. There, that's better. So before I build them all, I just want to kind of set up the front just so I can see how it's going to look when they're all in. Go one here. We'll go a red one. So this one will just be straight. No. This needs to be pushed back one. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious me. I guess I'll just double it up and then delete the front. I wonder if I have any iron in these shulkers. They're starting to get a little messy. Oh my days, we do not. Well, I got 1 iron, so not enough to make a pair of shears. So I'm going to have to do this by hand. Oh my days, let's not mess up this wool anymore because punching it by hand is no fun. Okay, so 1 there. I think 1 here as well. I want a lot of these things. I think there is fine. This one can be green. Oh my days, I keep messing this up. Come on, Jozzy. We'll go 1 more. Kind of here, right there. This one can be magenta. Perfect. And then we'll have another corner one right here. Then I'm going to do almost the exact same amount on the other side and swap the colors. So blue will be here and then yellow will be there. It's just going to basically swap. So this one can be smacked right here, mate. Bada bang, bada boom. Not missing a color, am I? No, we've done them all. I just hope I'm not overdoing it with all of these market stores because there's quite a few here. I might have to move this one over slightly, a little close to that one. Zooming out and looking at that, that looks pretty good to me. Obviously, it's just the front of them. I still need to... Oh my days. Holy camole. Fella just jumped out of nowhere. Anyway, as I was saying, it's just the front of them, so I still need to do the entire back. Oh my days, there's another one. Come on, man. Get out of here. I think that's good spacing, and I think that's really going to fill up this area and make it look very nice. And I guess colorful and a nice place to kind of spend the weekend with your family. Know what I'm saying? That's the goal. This is a nice recreational area. That's what we're aiming for here. And then obviously once we finish the backs of these tents, we can add in all the stuff that we kind of used down here just to make it seem like an actual market. And obviously I'll go into my... Come on, man. The llamas survived a 1v1, both of them. But that zombie just ruined it. But yeah, I'm going to just find a bunch of random stuff that I might be able to see in my kind of storage system add it through kind of like I did to the market. Let me show you just in case you haven't seen that or it has been a while. I want to do something kind of similar. So as you can see over here, like this is definitely one of my favorite builds in this world. Just the details that I've added in here is insane. So I want to add some armor stands, a bunch of stacks of barrels and chests, and just some random blocks like we've done in here. Fletching tables and a chest. Actually, I don't think I have obsidian, so forget about that. And maybe even adding in these kind of flag things connected to bits and pieces to make it seem a little bit more kind of colorful and enjoyable to be around. So this is kind of the idea I'm wanting to do, but make it feel a little bit more open. I think that's really going to make this area seem really nice, and I'm so excited to try it. Obviously not as crazy as we've done over there, but once we've done that, then we can start working on the beach and getting the beach looking good too. Maybe add a couple of these market stalls into the beach. We'll definitely be adding places to kind of relax. But dude, this is coming together so nicely. So let's go ahead and finish up these market stalls and get them looking a little bit nicer and see how this entire area is going to kind of look and feel once that's done. Hopefully it's really going to bring this area together, because right now I am a little bit nervous because I have no idea what it's going to actually look like once it's done. But let's go ahead and get that started right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this place is looking so much better now. Oh, come on, not this guy. Just give me a second. Bam. Too bad he didn't drop a trident. I still need one of them. Anyway, taking a look from the sky, this is now the area. This thing is looking super nice. Now, of course, we need to work on the beach. Mainly, of course, this long beach here. But we can also start on this short beach. The reason it just abruptly ends here is because I'm not entirely sure if I want to use this kind of river here, which goes through all the way to the other side over there. So I've just stopped it just there so I can kind of get some ideas from you guys. Should I continue this beach all the way to that beach over there and cut this entire thing off, or should I try and use this? Let me know down below and I'll try and figure out what we can do based on what you guys suggest. But I have to go back to the base to collect some brand new resources so we can work on the beach, which I'm going to use some similar design features that are used over here because I really like that beach and I want to make sure I capture some of my favorite parts of that beach. First of all, that being the trees. So let me grab up some jungle logs and okay, we don't have any jungle leaves, but I guess I can use oak. They're very close. I also need some cactus, but I think I only have one, which is certainly not the best. We're going to have to farm that up, grab some bamboo, some sugarcane, and I'm actually going to grab another 2 stacks of jungle logs just in case. I don't want to have to be coming back so often. And honestly, I think we might have everything else down there. So let's head down. Now, of course, one of the very first things I need to do is set up the road. Originally, I was going to use the same road that we used over there, but I think I'm going to stick to using some mud. I want to see how that looks, especially when it's on the sand. I'm hoping it's going to look good. I'm sure it will look okay, but I really want to try it out. Our shovel has 96 durability, which, look, I don't think it's going to cut it, but we're still going to try. We're going to see how close we can get. Now, the good thing is it's going to be very easy to do this because there's cobblestone underneath, so I don't have to worry about falling down into the water below. I think at the end here, I might make another kind of small pier. Since there's one directly on the other side, maybe it makes sense to catch a boat right across. But there we go, that's the road planned on this side, and our shovel actually made it with 64 durability still. So that gives me enough to come over here and do something kind of similar, just obviously nowhere near as far. And now we just have to fill all of this area in. Of course, I'm going to be using a mix of mud bricks and just the packed mud. This is going to give a little bit of texture and make it a little bit more interesting than just using one of the blocks. And boom, there we go. Have a look at that. I think that looks okay, to be honest. Now, I do need to connect this to that. We got 57 durability, so it should last. And of course, just fill it in with the same kind of design, except we ran out of packed mud. Oh my days. Fortunately for us though, I got a bunch from the mangrove swamp, knowing that I was going to need a lot of it, and I wanted to make sure I didn't have to make that journey for quite some time. I've also got a ton of hay bales. Okay, that will more than certainly be enough. In fact, I think I've made a little bit too much now, but I'm sure I'm always going to be needing them. I really like this block. It looks really nice. But there we go. That's now that connected up as well. Now, I just need to do the exact same thing on this side, kind of dig this path this way a little bit. And our shovel has 37 durability. We're getting very close. Not going to lie though, a trip to the end right now sounds like torture. It's already day 730. And I think we started on day 702 or something like that, which means this project has turned out to be a lot bigger than I actually originally thought. I had no idea it was going to take this long. To be completely fair though, I had no plan of making this massive kind of market area. All I knew was I wanted to make a beach and kind of fix up this area because, it looked weird with it just floating. And while yes, we did do that, I definitely didn't make it easy by creating this massive kind of football of area here, which is something I've never really kind of built. These market stalls are very new to me, but I do like that I've finally incorporated some things that I've used from the 100 Days on a Lake. This kind of docking area here is from that video where I kind of came up with this idea and I really liked it. So I am glad it's now in my main hardcore world. Now it is coming towards the end of the day. So before we do anything, I need to make sure that I light up the area that we're going to be building in. Otherwise there's going to be a ton of mobs. Dude, these mobs have been crazy. I don't know if sand increases the chance of a mob spawning, but I feel like there's just been so many while building this project. Like the beach just gets absolutely filled with mobs. It's insane. So I'm going to do a good job of lighting this entire area up so we hopefully won't have to deal with that. And there we go, we've got lighting, so hopefully that'll stop any scary monsters from spawning and kind of ruining our night. Now what I'm going to do, let's go over to the other beach and have a quick look. Oh my days, I'm going to be adding in these stones, obviously the trees. Oh, I need to find some dead bushes. That might need us to go to the desert. Oh my days, I don't know if I've got any left, but I'm also going to add these little chairs here, sugarcane, of course, some cactus, and kind of decorate the area exactly like we've done over here. I really like how this area has turned out, and I want to make sure I replicate that over on the other beach too. So let's go ahead and get that done right now. And this is now what we've got. Oh my days, this looks incredible. I'm so happy with how this looks, especially with the mud bricks and sand compared to how we did it over there. I also decided to kind of spread the trees out a little bit more kind of randomly compared to how we did it over here. Over here, they're all kind of in a very uniform line. So I think that's worked out a little bit better as well. It makes it seem quite a lot more natural. Now I do quickly need to grab, oh, we haven't got many. I think we're going to need to hit the tree farm. Oh my days. Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to need to get a little bit more spruce. Alright, 27 should be enough. This looks so much better. Oh my days. The more I see it, the more I'm happy with it. I think it's turned out really nice considering kind of what it looked like not too long ago. I've definitely made a massive improvement on the area. Just need a couple gates. I'll grab 8. Okay, so when we come over to this side of the beach, you can see I've got this little boat shed. It's like a boat marketplace. So we're going to have a little pier that's connected pretty much to the outside of this, and we're going to have this come out 4. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll go 5 like this. This is only going to be like a little one, more of like a private use area. My kind of thought is, I guess if you've got like a family, you can always just rent one of these boats here and take it out onto the, is this still an ocean or is it now a lake or a river? I don't know. What do you guys think? According to Minecraft, it is still a lukewarm ocean, but to me, it seems more like a kind of massive river. Or I guess, would it be considered part of the harbor? I have no idea. Let me know down below. But when we get to the end here, I definitely want this to come down a little bit just so anyone can access the boats a little bit easier. We'll increase these a little bit. And honestly, these sides don't need to be super fancy. They just need to stop people from kind of dropping off, at least by accident. Beautiful. I'm thinking of using some copper trapdoors. So let's see if I've got any waxed ones over here. I've got normal ones. I haven't got any waxed. But I do have a pair of shears, and the honey farm is literally just across this kind of ocean here. Dude, that looks so good. Oh my days. This honey farm was such a massive kind of improvement because we have access to honey whenever we need it. And I don't need it all the time, but when I do, I need quite a lot of it. And our tiny honey farm we had before this just was not cutting it at all. But dude, this honey farm is literally perfect. I don't even have to harvest the whole thing to have more than enough honey. I love it. I love it. I love it. And honestly, with these gardens in the middle, I kind of want to keep them like that. Obviously, there's not a huge amount of color, but I think I like that because there's a lot of color around it. If I add too much color into the middle, I just feel like it's going to take away from the color on the edges and there's going to be too much. So I think I'm going to keep it as just normal grass. I think it's really nice. Oh, you know what else I need to grab? I need to grab some oak trapdoors. Let's do that real quick. Bam. 15, that should be enough. So we'll place the copper trapdoors on the top just to kind of top off these oak logs, because I feel a bit weird having them exposed like that. And then, oops, not two, just one on the side like this with the oak trapdoors. That's going to really shape up the outside as well. Oh yeah. That is nice. It's a very, very simple dock, but we don't need it to be fancy because it's a very kind of low-key dock. It's a private use one. Like I said, the families will come to the end of the beach, be able to grab the little kayaks or tiny boats, I guess, come over to the end and go for a little kind of swim or ride on the boats, I guess. And there's going to be quite a distance away from here where the big ships are going to be coming, so it's going to be a little bit more safe, which is of course exactly what we want. And I've just chucked a bunch of boats kind of just on the floor here. That's how they do it in real life, so why not? Now there's one more thing we need to do to this area, and I'm going to need a bunch of dirt, which I don't even think we have. Yeah, we do. Oh, we have a little bit. That might be enough. I'm definitely going to need to go to the base though. But if you look over here, this doesn't match up to there. And if you're new to this series, I'm trying to fill an entire map. Let me just show you. I think it's a little bit easier if I show you what I'm talking about. So we have this massive map here, 5x5, and I'm trying to fill the entire map in by day 1000. And we're currently working up here. So I don't want to go outside of this map. I want to keep everything within the borders of the map, at least until day 1000. So then I can make an even larger map to cover everything outside and expand outside of these kind of regions that we've created. Now this is the 700 day map, 600, 500, 400, 300, 200, and then of course 100. This is how it all started. Oh my days. But I'm trying to do that. So obviously I'm trying to keep within the borders for now, just until we hit day 1000. I want to see how much we can do. So I'm going to grab up a bit of stone, and while I'm here I'll grab up some more dirt, and I need smooth stone as well. Okay, let's go. So obviously for now, this beach is technically inaccessible via road until we hit day 1000 and I start building outside of the map. But I'm going to make sure I go right up to the kind of border, so that I can kind of plan and understand how this is going to look. And of course, we got skeletons trying to ruin everything. Get out of here, mate. All right, this is as far as we can go. But as you can see, it's going to kind of reach up and then move to the right-hand side and match up to up there. Now, I will just quickly add in these walls here. Not gonna lie to you, these mobs are getting very frustrating. I've been really bad with lighting up the areas recently. So I've only got myself to blame. I need to be doing a much better job at this stuff, man. But this is this kind of wall done. Make sure to get in some grass so that it grows a little bit quicker. And now this side is filled in, so let's go ahead and do the wall over here. Dude, I just heard a creeper explode. Why and where? I have no idea where that... Was that even a creeper or was that lightning? No, it couldn't have been lightning. I'm sure I'll figure it out later. If it's a creeper, I'll find a massive hole and be like, what on earth is this, mate? But for now, let's just fill up this wall all the way to the top. Just as easy as that. Then just connect the grass across. And then finally, I just need to figure out where this track's gonna go. So I'm thinking this way. So we'll go 4, then we'll go 2, then 1. And it's gonna curve like we did on the other one. Way over on the other side. So I did a curve like this and it worked pretty well. So then the train line will continue this way and kind of into this mountain and then curve again, then head that way, if that makes any sense. But for now, I'm just gonna lay the kind of smooth slabs down just so it's planned, just in case I do change my mind in the future. I don't want to get everything down and then have to redo the entire thing again later. So for now, that is the plan. And of course, I'm not going to detail any of this just in case this is changed as well. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the brand new beach, and the train line kind of mountain area is no longer just floating in the water. Dude, this looks incredible. Now, I'm not sure if I want to add this seagrass like we kind of have on the other side. You can see there's some coral in there as well. I'm not 100% sure if I like that. Let me know what you guys think. Should I add the seagrass in and the coral to that kind of underwater area as well, or just leave it how it is? Personally, I think this looks absolutely incredible, and honestly I think I prefer this beach over the other one. Even though it is quite a bit smaller, I think spreading the trees out like this rather than having it in a perfect kind of uniform line just makes it so much nicer. I mean, just walking through here feels so much more epic. And I didn't get any dead bushes, and the cactus. Whoa, hang on, we got a cactus flower. Dude, that is sick. Man, that's in the new update. I love that. But I just gotta wait for more cactus to grow, and I'll be able to add a little bit more. And I don't think I'm going to put string on top of these ones. This is going to be kind of an area where I can farm up the cactus and let them grow normally. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe so you can see more stuff just like this. And as always, I appreciate you being here all the way to the end. Thank you guys so much. And as always, until next time, peace out.